Monkey Spunky.
Hey, it's me right now. I'm back here with Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, where we're into the most energetic investigation sequence ever. We're probably about to finish it sometime soon and get just a barest bit into the trial, as you see. We're supposed to go visit places. For one thing, Makoto was very obviously trying to hint at me that the shard we found next to the exploded body, it was part of the bomb, and I was all like, I think that's a keyboard. Because I'm stupid. But no, it looked exactly like the bomb that we found in Monokuma. Whether that's supposed to tell us that body we're seeing there was somehow tussling with Monokuma, or maybe it's just a Monokuma body wrapped up in human flesh. That's what it is. It's a Monokuma robot that's been pasted with some spare human flesh they had lying around to make us think that someone died, when actually it was just a Monokuma robot that exploded. Easy as. The gym is this way. Some notes I got. It's weird that Monokuma didn't really do anything to prove that we were being broadcast to the entire world. He was just like, that antenna, and so then now you see. I mean, again, that was kind of my theory since, like, he said it to us back in episode 2 or whatever. Or, chapter 2 or whatever. But you would think it wouldn't be that hard if you wanted to increase everyone in here's despair to show that everyone else in the outside world is, like, freaking out and miserable. Maybe they avoided doing it because, giving you any contact with the outside world would be a relief or something, but it does make that situation seem sketchy, doesn't it? Yasuhiro said Monokuma seemed different. I'm not sure if he was just referring to the fact that he called us friggin' bastards, and he normally doesn't cuss that much, or if it was some other hint that the control ship over Monokuma has changed. I don't know. So a chicken disappeared. Maybe someone was using the chicken for its blood to make us think that someone bled blood that they didn't actually. Except there was already blood packs in the nurse's office they could use for that, so you'd wonder why that would be necessary. Does it mean they filled a sack with feathers and that body isn't actually a body? I don't know. You just have to wonder what use the chicken could be in all this. No shade to chickens, I'm sure they're very multi-talented, the lot of them, but anyway, let's go check out the bomb that is sitting on this floor and see what Koto thinks about it.
Monokuma's lying dismantled on the floor, but I figured it wouldn't be here.
You know? I just found something. What is it? Wait, sorry, it's the same bomb? So, hang on, someone swiped that bomb and we weren't looking and put it on the mask or something? It's what? A bomb. There's one installed in every Monokuma robot, I'm sure. A bomb?!
And that bomb went missing. There's no doubt about that. The fragments I found in the garden.
It was the very same bomb that came out of here, like, this morning? That's bizarre.
Okay, I've checked everything else I can think of. All that's left now is Kyoko's room. I should head back to the garden and ask Byakuya.
Weird. So it was genuinely one of us. I guess Toko, because she was the one who went up to it? Well, it's kind of hard to tell how big that bomb was. I thought it was like this from how it looked on the ground, but if someone was able to conceal it on their person all the way up to the garden while we all went there together, I guess it had to have been more like this. And I guess if it fit into Monokuma with all the other machinery. Certainly odd. How many truth bullets we got? 12, and we usually get like closer to, these days it's more like 20, so we have to imagine there's going to be a lot to find in Kyoko's room, or that there's more to investigate after that fact. But hey, let's get on into it.
Let's get on with it.
I forgot where the stairs were. Sorry, they're here. Questions abound in this place. Again, my two prevailing theories are either it is Kyoko and Byakuya killed her, which would explain why he's doing all this weird cover-up nonsense that's extremely suspicious. Or it is the mastermind, Kyoko killed them, but she's now hiding out and wants us to figure it out that she killed them for ourselves, because otherwise Makoto won't be happy with it. And he'll be like, no, there's no way Kyoko did that. She's too nice, or whatever. He'll say something stupid that I would say. No chance to check the dojo, hey? It just feels like unusual that they would have this kick-ass room and it would not get used. Maybe it will get used and this is just not the last trial. That's also possible still, even though it feels like... I mean, maybe they're just like, we're changing the music for both of the last trials. But it seems weird. Anyway, neither here nor there. The best way to know if this is the last trial is to keep playing the game. Best as in least spoilery.
You think you can go soon, Byakuya?
You wanted to check out Kyoko's room, right? Very well, let's go. Oh, he agreed to that a little too fast. I've got a bad feeling he went and messed with stuff in there.
Wait for me! Byakuya walked off without a second glance, and I hurried after him on our way to the dorms.
If he didn't want to go with me, I wish he would have gone with someone else. Well then, here we go.
Byakuya took out the key and slid it into the keyhole, and then...
And it's open.
Looks like it. Thanks.
Nothing awkward about that at all, and we get, not a whole lot in here, except for a book that's got either a 6 or a 9 on it. I guess if this is Japan, that's a, 6, surely.
So this is Kyoko's room.
It's weird that everyone else's rooms have the security cameras have red lights on, isn't it?
No matter when, no matter where, surveillance cameras are...
Right, sorry.
Here's her bed. I don't see anything interesting here.
At least, not as far as the case is concerned. I don't want to know what you mean by that.
Here's the bathroom. She might have certain articles hanging out to dry. I better not look inside.
You probably should in case there was murder here. I moved somewhere else, but whatever. Who hangs up laundry in their bathroom when there's a laundry room across the hall?
There's something on the table.
It's a woodblock decoration? Oh, I thought it was a book.
What?
What's that? What purpose does it serve?
I think it's probably a key. The lockers at those really traditional public bathhouses use them for their lockers.
I wouldn't know. I've never gone to a public bathhouse. Yes, that's why he explained it, Byakuya.
It doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that.
Certainly.
But if it is a key, I think I might know what it unlocks.
Really? What?
Unless I'm mistaken. I'm pretty sure I saw something in the dojo that this might go to. Yeah, the lockers. Oh, well, I guess he said it reminds him of... It looks like it goes to a locker in a bathhouse. But he compared the lockers in the dojo to the bathhouses, so I thought Makoto had already worked that out. But yeah.
The dojo.
Bucky has been added to the choose bullet section, alright. Something funny going on with the monitor. Yeah, I guess for privacy's sake, you wouldn't necessarily hang your laundry in the public laundry room. I mean, with this group of 6, yeah, I feel probably pretty comfortable doing it, but whatever. Hey, I think it would be wise to look around a bit more. If you say so, you're being weirdly not rude to me. It makes me very suspicious. Oh, is it just you I didn't talk to?
What?
You wanted to come here, right? So what is it you're looking for?
Nothing in particular. I just thought we might find some kind of clue here. A clue that might help us understand Kyoko.
Come on.
You can't be serious. That's why you made me take time out of my search to come here?
Sorry.
But the woodblock, it looks like a key to a locker. Regardless, if you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed no matter how much time you take. Surely you have something more concrete. Something to give us some sort of direction here.
More concrete. I know.
The letter?
Earlier, Kyoko gave me something.
But you don't know that she's gone yet.
What's this?
It's true.
Consider it a symbol of my determination. Don't open it yet. Only open it if something ever happens to me.
I'm sure I have it here somewhere. Found it.
What's in the envelope?
Kyoko gave it to me. She said if something ever happened, I should open it.
Interesting.
Well, something has certainly happened, so open it. Yeah, I guess fair enough. If you're not sure if she's dead and she hasn't shown herself. Fair play.
Okay. I opened the envelope and looked inside. Inside it was a single piece of paper.
It just says, don't trust Byakuya.
Under the sheets?
What?
That's all that was in there?
Yeah, it looks like it. Under the sheets. What could it be?
The bed, you must presume?
But could something be hidden under the bed sheets? Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but as I lifted up the sheets, another key maybe? Monokuma key, perhaps? What's this? I found a crumpled up piece of paper.
Oh, okay. Rose Peak class number 78. Oh, interesting. Student registry, Mukuro Ikasaba, sex female. The rest of it's in Japanese.
Class number 78, student registry? Mukuro Ikasaba?
I see.
It appears to be Mukuro Ikasaba's profile.
Yeah, it looks like it. That's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room along with the key.
Where is that key, by the way? Maybe that's in the locker. But you'd think this envelope that says look in my bed sheets would be kind of null, since most people would be prone to checking the bed anyway. At some point. I guess just in case they didn't. Well, which to be fair, Makoto didn't.
God, you're so annoying! Fine, I'll tell you. It was a key and... That's it! This must be the blank that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning was unappealing. And this is what she left behind.
I don't have time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search.
Okay. I made an effort to pull myself together, then looked down at the profile sheet. Name Mukuro Ikasaba. Sex female. The ultimate soldier. Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family went on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information, and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those years.
Or Fenrir, however you say it.
She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she'd received battle training of her own volition.
This almost sounds more like Kyoko, though, doesn't it? Since there's mystery about Kyoko's heritage, I had been wondering if maybe we were going to get some weirdness of like she's secretly the mastermind but doesn't know it, or she's secretly Mukuro Ikasaba and doesn't know it, or does know it, or whatever.
However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did.
Fascinating.
The ultimate soldier. A mercenary group? Then why did Kyoko refer to her as the ultimate despair earlier? This doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in, it's like a completely different dimension. It's like one's nonfiction and the other's sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. That was how I saw things as just an ordinary person, but then...
I see.
I never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this.
You recognize it?
Naturally.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers. But they do have their uses, and they always get the job done. It's worth remembering.
This is all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in.
I have to say, I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says that Funrear is already...
Found it.
Wow, I feel like our hero is becoming a bit player and a bit player is becoming our hero. It's you.
What?
What do you got in your pretty little hand there? Uh-oh, you found her profile? So what if we did?
Hey.
Don't freak out on me. I'm not gonna hold it against you or anything. And in case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either. Even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivorous, you know.
What?
Are your rule violations really so unforgivable? You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours. You know, except for the fact that you didn't kill Sakura, even though you knew she violated the regulations like 3 times and everything.
Of course I am. A proper school life is built on the dedication to organization and order.
Alright, Ashura.
Which is why even I, as the school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself.
Oh, so you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well, which is a lie because you blew yourself up. That's violence against the headmaster if ever I've seen it. You did that like when we met you.
Of course.
Absolutely! I can't have you complaining about how unfair it all is now, can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting? Interesting? It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually one of the participants in this killing game. I don't think I ever actually told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking, I should probably clarify that.
Hey.
When you all first got together in the main hallway way back when, there were 15 people there, right? I think that first meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all.
There are actually 17?
Misunderstanding?
Are you saying, or you're just saying that Mukuro Ikasaba is part of it?
In other words.
That's right! There weren't actually 15 of you! The total number of students taking part in this game is actually 16.
Which was fairly clear from the 16th stand in the courtroom. Or so I thought. Or, I mean, that was one of the most obvious implications it could hold.
16? Then...
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
The 16th student, Mukuro Ikasaba. She's part of this school life. So the one making all the regulations is...
Why?
Huh?
Did you say something?
Why are you telling us this?
Well, because, like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings.
When was the most recent rule created? It was no breaking down doors, right? I was trying to figure out if a rule had been created after this person was killed. But I don't think there has been.
And since we got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I don't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know?
Yes,
Makes
indeed.
sense?
Well now.
Okay, that's all I get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get, so I have an extra bonus for you. Revenge. I want to get back at that sneaky Miss Kirigiri. And in case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either. So I'm going to share a little secret with ya. Seriously?
Hey.
You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in, day out, all the time? Don't tell anyone I told you, but she wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see.
Well, that's somewhat comforting because the tattoo we saw, the tattooed hand, didn't seem to have any scars on it as such.
What? Okay, now that's all you get.
Goodbye. Monokuma's account has been added to the juice bullet section of your handbook.
Kyoko wears those gloves to cover a bunch of scars? Scars are hot, though. It can't be that hideous. Wait, so on the back of her hand... The tattoo. Wait, but no, Monokuma specifically said they were scars, right? And that's why Kyoko wears those gloves, to hide the scars.
So if a tattoo was covering them, what sense would it make?
Which means... those fake nails on the corpse.
Are you thinking about Kyoko again?
What?
Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap.
His trap?
Such.
God must have really hated you to make you so dull. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was a student here. Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro is the one creating the rules of the game. But why would he tell us that? And why now?
He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later.
But the mere fact that he said that proves that Mukuro is connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student. He needs to make our investigation fair.
Mukuro is related to the case?
It's certainly
Perhaps she's the one who
possible.
killed Kyoko.
What?
That would explain why we'd have to have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student and she killed someone, that would make her part of the school killing game.
Mukuro is the killer? She killed Kyoko?
Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began.
What?
But based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my mind.
It's all clear.
Mukuro Ikisaba isn't the culprit.
What makes you say that?
We thought Mukuro, the Ultimate Despair, was the mastermind's true identity. Why are you calling her the Ultimate Despair? Did Makoto ever relay that she was called that by Kyoko? And the paper called her the Ultimate Soldier? I'm confused. But if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us?
That's a good
So
point.
in other words,
Mukuro giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least. That's right, Monokuma's never done anything remotely self-destructive. You're correct about that. It makes more sense than to assume that Mukuro isn't the culprit.
So that's the trap. They want us to suspect Mukuro and come to the wrong conclusion.
That's what makes sense to me.
The way you say it, it definitely does seem possible, but if that's really true, if Mukuro isn't the killer, then who is?
Well, then I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation.
I should find out if that key and the dojo really are
let's
connected.
go.
Well, are you coming? Yes, I dare say I am Bjorgia. Hurry up and check the locker. That's what we're here for, after all. Okay, locker 6 it is. I was wondering why it only let me scan one locker at the very end.
There are wooden lockers here. They use wood block keys, just like those at super traditional public bathhouses. It looks like the key we found in Kyoko's room really does go to one of these lockers.
I see.
Makoto, do you see the locker farthest to the right?
Very
Yeah, the one labeled 6. Same as the key. That's the only one that doesn't have a key in it at the moment. You understand what that means, right?
I should probably use the key we found in that locker, right?
Well, just try it.
Okay. It's labeled 6, you dunce. I took out the wood block key and inserted it into the locksmith's metal lock, and the locker eagerly accepted the key and it opened. There are arrows in here. It looks like 10 arrows in total?
They look like they're made of titanium, which means they're quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks. I think you could hurt someone by throwing an arrow at them or thrusting it at them, especially if it's made of titanium.
Strong sticks.
How about the bloody rag at the bottom there?
There's something else inside the locker. It's a wadded up ball of duct tape. What this was used for. Is that a bloodstain?
I see.
If it is, that means it must surely be related to this case.
This duct tape is related to the case somehow? But how could it possibly be involved?
How many bullets is that? 17! Gotta be getting close.
I think that's all the locker has to offer for now. Is something wrong?
Very strange.
It's very odd, don't you think? The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case. How did the key to the locker wind up in the victim's room? Or perhaps...
Byakuya?
Forget it. Come on. We need to continue on to the next location. You're saying if someone was killed and all the blood was spilled, how is it that after the victim was killed, someone got into the victim's room when you were the one with her key, right? But we seem to think, unless we're genuinely saying that Makoto is ridiculously careless and regularly leaves his door unlocked, we're under the impression that the masked person and perhaps Kyoko have a way to get into a room that does not involve using our room key, right? And of course, Monokuma does. So clearly it's possible to get in and out of these rooms without just the keys, if not easy. Come on, we need to continue to the next location.
What next location?
What?
There's still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Funrare.
Funrare? You mean the mercenary group that Mukuro was a part of? But how are we supposed to find out about that?
Isn't it obvious? Where in this school would you get to go to do research on something? Data lab? The library, I guess?
Research? Are you talking about the archive? That's right. The archive has all kinds of info that the general public doesn't have access
Let's
to.
go.
We only have so much time before the trial begins. Let's hurry. Well, he's sure dragging us along, eagerly this time. A little too eagerly. I believe there was a file related to Funrare somewhere over here.
Byakuya seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand and went straight to a shelf in the back.
Here we go.
He quickly returned with a file in hand.
Yes, don't keep us in suspense.
I see.
Take a look at this.
I have no idea what it says. What language is this?
How did you make it all the highway to high school without learning a single word of French?
I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French.
Well, whatever. I'll read it for you, but I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over.
100 times? Isn't that kind of extreme?
I wonder if they're actually going to give me the French so I can see if I can decipher it. Because in Canada, you do have to learn French a bit in high school, even if you are crap at speaking it like myself. Funrare is... he's going to just read it. Funrare is an elite fighting unit based out of the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Funrare, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. I don't know why Funrare sounds right, but I think it's Fenrir, isn't it? Anyway, they have been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago, they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. I get it. Mukuro Ikasaba is Big Boss. She doesn't like the fact that there's no battlefield in the world, and so soldiers don't have a place. And so she's gonna make a big old robot with nukes. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate that they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they'd acquired. Some, however, believe there was mounting internal tension within the group, and they simply imploded.
What?
What is it?
This all just sounds like some kind of alternate reality.
Well, it isn't. This is our reality, the only reality. These people are part of our world. Their battlefields aren't much different from our lives here. An unpredictable, unimaginable world. They probably don't have air conditioning and endless food, though. That's what makes it all so exciting.
Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use.
So, did anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Funrare.
Now that you mentioned it, the report said something about where the name Fenrir comes from, right?
The Wolf of Ragnarok. It's like Ragnarok being as Greek mythology? Ragnarok? No. Norse. It's Norse, right? Fenrir, Ragnarok, that's all Norse stuff. I think. That's right. I said Fenrir is the Wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? Oh yeah, I only just noticed that. Then the stamp on the back of the hand and the... Right, okay. So that does make it sound more like it's Mukuro, the wolf mark on the back of the hand. Unless it's just forged there to make us think it's Mukuro. Anyway, to show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. Oh, okay. We're gonna even go that far.
What? They got a tattoo of Fenrir? Could that mean...
It might just. Ah, and there's the trial is about to begin, everyone. About halfway through this episode, as I wagered. It's weird, we usually don't start a trial like partway through, but so be it.
Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us. Organisms, the earth, natural phenomena.
I think that was supposed to be assaults us. Organisms, the earth, natural phenomena. But you do you, Monokuma. You're very welcome to your own interpretation. Chic.
It damages us little by little until the end. You should really think about that.
And I won't.
Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial.
Don't tell us to go to the red door.
Please meet up in the usual spot.
We know where it is, you don't have to tell us.
See you later.
Oh, good, okay. He actually did trust us to remember this time. That's nice. So that's what, 18 bullets we got by the end there? Only 17. Interesting. Well, the time has come.
All we can do now is try to uncover the truth during the class trial.
It would seem that way. Let's go. It's sounding more like Kyoko killed Mukuro then. Fascinating. What? Oh, Byakuya and Makoto showed up together. And Kyoko has to show up here, otherwise she'll be punished by death. Doesn't she? But wait, if that's true, then how is Mukuro okay? Since she's never showed up to a single trial. Unless we're saying she showed up through Monokuma or something stupid. Or she's using stealth camo. Whoa, Byakuya and Makoto showed up together!
Where the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a word.
We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point? Makoto's ranked high enough for you guys to go off together? Just the two of you? What, are you jealous?
Hey.
Or are you making up some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself? Stop talking and brace yourselves. He'll be here any second.
Any second. He could show up at any time. When I imagined what was about to happen, I immediately tensed up and prepared myself, but... I stood there for 5 full minutes waiting for something weird to happen. And then 5 minutes became 10.
Why?
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma shown up yet?
Could it be?
Maybe he died again? What should we do? Should we keep waiting here, or... Ah, what? Jesus! Did I scare ya?
Come on.
I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like that?
What? I made you wait? You got it all backwards. You're the ones making me wait. Huh?
In other words,
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start till everyone's here now, can we? What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've all been waiting for you. Sorry, but you're wrong. But I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait, right? If you all agree it's a violation, I'll arrange a punishment right now. If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here. We heard that voice. We all spun around to look.
Hey,
I'm here, and no rule's been broken.
Kyoko! Kyoko! You're still alive?
No, that's a ghost!
Stop talking. If you want to fight, do it at the class trial. You need to save some of the fun for later, right?
But is it okay that there's no particular penalty for being late?
is that right?
I made it here just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong? Yeah, the class trial didn't start yet.
You're so selfish, so spoiled.
You're right, there's no penalty officially, but I bet you'll be sorry later. No, I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts onto the elevator. I'll be just one step ahead of you.
Monokuma was gone, we all rushed up to Kyoko.
Kyoko! So you really didn't die?
Indeed.
Of course I didn't die.
Thank God! I'm so glad you're okay!
Perhaps, but that's not necessarily a good thing for us.
He's right! Now we gotta deal with a ghost! I told you, stop talking!
Let's go.
Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial. Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Byakuya stepped into the elevator.
Master, wait for me! Good call. Who knows what might happen to us if we take too long.
I'll be happy when this trial's all over. One after another, everyone piled into the elevator. But I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started. Check out this security camera, Kyoko. Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you, where have you been this whole time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you? So,
Correct.
I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. The second floor?
That's right.
There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that. I had no idea a body had been discovered.
Then when did you find out?
So,
Just now. I finished my search and came back down just in time to hear the class trial announcement. I took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I? So that's why you were late.
however,
I'm sorry I kept you all waiting.
But if you were on the second floor of the dorms, then that's what the key you found goes to?
wrong.
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
In other words,
I use Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school.
I figured. So earlier when you were like, you're careless, you left your door unlocked, you were just lying, right? You just didn't feel like knocking. What?
Kyoko's account has been added to the truth bullet section of
Your handbook.
Just a second.
Hey, what are you doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma.
Makoto.
We can go over all the details after we get through the trial, okay, Makoto? Right now, I just want to focus on surviving our current situation,
Seem
because this is probably the single most crucial moment so far for me.
For her? It's a strange way to put it. It is feeling like Kyoko maybe killed Mukuro this time now. I sure hope I'm wrong about that.
The class trial is important for everyone, right? So why would she say it's a crucial moment for her?
goodbye.
Oh, if that's all.
Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. I'm just overthinking what she said, right? Yeah, probably. Just gotta check if there's a coin in here. No, there's no coin.
The last one left, I stepped into the elevator. And the door slid shut. This time the clunking was loud enough to hurt my ears, and the dread began to consume me once again. I can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. In that dusky darkness, nobody said a word. We just stood there, silent and still. After an immeasurable period of time, the doors opened without warning. A dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eyes. But it wasn't the illuminating light of hope.
It was the blinding light of despair.
It was the... it was the blinding light of despair.
Oh god, this is a bit tacky, don't you think?
I've been waiting for this! I feel like it's been forever since we got together like this! The time for pointless jokes and jabs has passed! Let's get on with the show!
And so the curtain opened for the 5th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial.
Let's save. Ready. Memories float back. Kyoko is gone and a mysterious mass body appears. The threads holding them all together begin to spin and twine into one. And also Kyoko's back, though. So let's have a look at what Cool and Compose does. Steadies your aim a little. I think I'm alright with that. The skills as we have them, I'm happy with. As if I'd dequip algorithm for something so stupid. Okay, let's have a look at the truth bullet. So we're not going to get too far into the trial this episode. So it's probably going to be like 2 more episodes after this it's going to take, since the trials have been getting longer and longer, but so be it. We'll get through the first few arguments. It should be noted that the bum which had been removed from Monokuma in the gym had disappeared. It's hard to imagine these two events are unrelated. We are just saying the time is impossible to change, the 7:30 time for the sprinklers. Interesting. It was noted, however, that there was no blood on the ground or on the body, and the fact that the body had stopped bleeding but the blood was still wet, it makes it sound like this person was killed earlier than we are meant to assume. And probably not with this knife, since it was found not covered in any blood. And so we're supposed to assume this is fake blood on them, I guess? Not sure. Interesting that apparently Kyoko wears gloves to hide scars, but Monokuma just says it's to hide something she doesn't want anyone to see. But if she's amnesiac, why would she have any shame over it? It's assumed this is related to the case. Nobody can imagine how. I will admit I can't think of what precisely duct tape would have been used for just yet. Unless you were, like, taping to something and then tearing it off to, like, get rid of traces of blood or something. Hey, what could go wrong? Let's do this. Trial. All rise. This room
Let's
is so
begin
gaudy.
with a
I'm gonna be
basic
so distracted.
explanation of the class trial.
Please!
So, your votes will determine the results.
Indeed,
If
indeed.
you can figure out who done it,
It's-
then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one...
I'm now only like 50-50 that this is the final trial. It's starting to feel less like it. But I'm almost positive there's no more than 6 cases at the very least now. Considering this game takes after Ace Attorney in several ways, 5 is how many cases a lot of Ace Attorney games have, so that wouldn't be unthinkable.
Then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, well, I'll leave the rest up to you.
As is typical.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim.
I'd like that.
First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
My guy.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
No, that's a ghost.
But she has legs and stuff.
Well, that's just because
There are no ghosts that have legs, you're
she's
right.
like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right?
Are we starting with the
Then
tattoo?
let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Her traits?
Her stats, of course. One important trait Kyoko has that proves the body doesn't belong to her, is gloves. I got it!
I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
Kyoko's
In
remained
that case,
interestingly
I think
silent,
it would
though.
be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
It's a shame there's no one who can do
You
that.
happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Byakuya, but he's always gotta just, like, reveal people's secrets in the most smug, asshole-ish way, doesn't he?
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
Correct!
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion. I'm not convinced.
And the hands would have been more
Ghost is
burnt.
just trying to fool us all.
Yasuhiro, please. There's no way that corpse was Kyoko. But if I can't prove why, we're gonna be stuck here and the case won't move forward. So I don't have any choice but to. Unless we're gonna pull some stupid thing that Mukuro Ikasaba, with her excellent mercenary technology, is like face-swapping Kyoko right now, but that would be very dumb. So I hope it isn't that. But I see Kyoko standing there, so I'm fairly confident she's good. Okay, so tattoo is probably the thing we want to do. But it could be either of these three. I haven't heard the arguments yet.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
I'm a ghost. Interesting.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Unlikely with the fake
'Cause
nails.
that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
Okay, so
This
fake nails, I
entire
guess it is.
discussion is idiotic.
It is a little idiotic. I agree with you there. Right. Fast forward. She wasn't wearing gloves. She must have been wearing gloves.
No, that's wrong!
No, that's wrong. No, there's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain.
Some would say impossible.
Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails.
Why draw
Don't you
attention?
think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
Yasuhiro, I have so many things I want to say to you, but they can wait till after the trial.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life.
Okay, so you're not totally amnesiac. You remember a fair bit of
If I
important
wore
detail.
fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
Mukuro seems a good
That's
shout,
the
but it's hard to
first
say.
thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
I can't believe I'm empathizing almost the most with Byakuya in this trial so far. Well, except for the when he was revealed Kyoko's secret really callously. There's like a nice way to do that, you know? Before anything, we have to identify the victim. Everything starts from there. So I guess tattoo time? Sprinkles explode body analysis, tattoo on the right hand. That's gonna be it, we assume. Gotta remember memorization is a thing, though. 7 minutes
Kyoko
seems like a
really
lot.
is still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out.
Oh, it's a really short one. It's only gonna be like one orange thing.
The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file.
There wasn't.
Well, if we can't identify the body,
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
So, tattoo on the right hand for identify the body, I guess? What does exploded body analysis say, just so I know? Yeah, I think we could probably the tattoo on identify is fair, right?
Who died?
there's gotta be
Then who died?
The face and there wasn't any description of the
Just gonna wait for this one to go by.
Ah, no, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
I will never use the silencer. We'll see if I have to use
There
it
was
for
one
the
clue
end.
left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real?
If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Do I die a cruel and unusual death if I happened to get it wrong but wasn't lying?
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
You've seen so many cruel and unusual deaths already. What do you
She's
mean?
being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
With pleasure. Damn.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog?
Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
I think you're extrapolating
Seriously?
in a
You
wide
really did something
berth.
that humiliating?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden
Okay, just
within
flatly
the
like,
tattoo.
God damn it, man, no. But if Chihiro wanted to make me get a tattoo like that. All right, have I made my Chihiro reference quota for the episode? I think so.
Really?
So everyone knows I still love him. If you compare the tattoo to the other information, oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention to what they were saying in the lease, but the profile, surely, right?
I
got it!
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps.
Fenrir.
That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
Image that represents Fenrir is the Wolf of Ragnarok. Is that what we're saying? So it's just gonna be WOLF? WOLF. Okay, Wolf. Cool. I can do that. Yeah, no problem. Give me a W right off the bat and an L. Oh my God! World record speedrun. Hangman's Gambit.
Now I
Let's go.
understand.
6 seconds. No, it's not quite a world record, I'm sure, but it's got to be my record, right?
The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the wolf of Ragnarok.
It's
It is
from
Norse.
mythology.
I thought so.
A huge, world-ending wolf beast. He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
Actually, it is surprising that it's only just come up.
wolf tattoo.
But hell yeah. Go Toko.
Exactly.
Oh, sorry, I thought she just wasn't going to say
The
that.
body we found had a
part.
tattoo of a wolf, which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes,
Right, that she was
indeed.
behind it?
The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Which thing were we right about?
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a cool-ass trial?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind.
Why
at
didn't
all.
we let Monokuma answer?
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
I guess we must have brought that up with everyone.
Maybe we
'Cause I remember
shouldn't
her
have
saying that
been thinking
earlier.
of her as the ultimate despair in the first place.
Because it says Ultimate Soldier on
After
this.
all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description.
It was only Kyoko who told us
All
that.
it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
Then who was she? Who was Mukuro?
Kyoko's being
Ikusaba?
real weird. I don't like it.
She's
I
been
hope it
gone
isn't that
this
she
whole time,
killed Mukuro and is
and
about to
when
get
she
executed.
finally turns up, she gets killed.
Unless Mukuro was the mastermind and Kyoko did that to save us all. That I'll be a little more happy with.
Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character, which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
I think we're getting a little off the beaten path now, but sure.
Who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the
It was
Sleep
Hina.
Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
I was lying.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost.
Which is why we'll be doing it next time on Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, because that's all the time we have for now. Okay, not terrible trial so far. So far, it's just very basic solves, basically just catching everyone else up to speed on what Makoto and Byakuya and Kyoko already seemed to have surmised. Nothing overtly objectionable so far, aside from the fact that it was a bit meandery. I'm happy to see where this one goes, but I'm totally lost as to whether this is the last trial or not. It was feeling like it a lot more before Kyoko returned. I don't really understand how Mukuro Ikisaba hadn't been punished for not attending the trials beforehand. I think that's a regulation. So I don't know. I guess there's still the distinct yet remote possibility that Mukuro was the mastermind and Kyoko killed her because she figured that would be the best way to get us out, and Monokuma's just acting on like an AI backup, and that's why he's been sort of delayed and kind of weird and things. But that this still could mark the end of the killing game, only that Kyoko won't survive it because she'll be executed for killing Mukuro. It could be something like that still. But if it is, I don't understand why Byakuya is being like as sketchy as possible in like really overt ways. But never even mind it. The next video on the channel is gonna be some more Guess the Game, which is just so delightful. I love that game. And that'd be all for now. Thank you so very much for coming around. Hopefully I'll see you around. Admiral's gonna be out of here now. Peace! Exited. What are you doing here, mustache kid? I thought we were friends. Oh, I hate looking at those security cameras. Am I just meant to time stop through this? Let's try it. I assume